All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Tonight, I wanted to discuss a possible way I could fund Artag Rise. And it's been about 2-3 weeks since I put Artag Rise on early access, and it doesn't look like the game is gaining any sort of traction just by being on Steam and popping up on the Steam new arrivals tabs alone. So I have about 100 and something people who have added the game to their wish list, but obviously these people are waiting for the game to actually come out of early access as a full release, and only then they would consider putting money into it. So right now it's the question of funding. The reason we went to early access is because we wanted to see if we could raise some capital so I could hire some people, hire talent for this project. Obviously, I want to get some voice acting done, and I need to hire at least maybe two people in total for level creation alone, considering the abundance of levels is a part of the value of the game. Arya has been helping me create some of these levels. We've been meeting up um, once a week for about 3 weeks in total. We've made a total of about 50 levels just for the one day that we met up for the 3 weeks, and it took maybe about 7-8 hours for both of us to create 10 levels, well, 20 levels each per day. Now, he's my friend, so he's helping me to develop these games, but obviously it's not being done for free. Every time he comes in, I'm clocking in the time he comes in and the time he comes out and the time he's put into it, and I'm gonna have to pay him once the game becomes profitable, pay him for the work that he's done. Now, obviously I can't really do that with anybody else besides my friends, because they know me, they know where I live, they trust me. No sane person in mind, like, there's no sane person who would ever say, "Oh, it's okay, I'll do the work for now and you can pay me later." Right? It's crazy. So, since early access is not shaping up to be a viable way to fund Artag Rise, considering that I actually have to put in money into marketing, money I don't have, in order to hopefully, if the marketing is done right, bring in the waves of people that would provide the starting capital by purchasing the game in early access. So, as my father has told me, I need to think of a product that is profitable now. Artag Rise at this point will be profitable when it's done. So what I'm thinking about is creating my first premium course. Realistically, on this channel, you've seen me do programming for Artag Rise and GML and GameMaker Studio. You've seen me create assets. You've seen me work in 3D in Unreal Engine and Maya, texturing, creating shaders in the Way Home live streams. You've seen me do C++ programming using App Game Kit, C++ programming, texturing, and generating creating random generations of levels, even handling online play, LAN, local co-op, and internet co-op in C++ with the App Game Kit engine. So you've seen basically me do all this stuff during live streams. So if there's any sort of useful information, it seems to be scattered all over my 2-hour, 3-hour live streams. Maybe you find some useful piece of information that's in a 10-second fragment inside of this 3-hour live stream. So it's, you'd have to kind of participate in the live streams to benefit from it. So what I'm thinking is, what I need to do is I need to come up with a product that can be sold within the next couple of months, and the product that is useful and the product that can sponsor, or the income from which can be funded towards can be put towards funding Artag Rise. So what I'm thinking is my first premium course. What I mean by that is, take a small game, gotta have enough scripts written for those, a small game that is small enough to handle by a single person, but not too small to not be considered an actual game I can't put up on Steam. So this this Tuesday, I have a voice actor coming in to record the voiceovers for this one small project that I've decided to use as the basis of this course. The course is going to go through the beginning and the end, so pre-production, production, and post-production of a small video game. So from script and concept art up to the publication of the game, a finished product, and it's essentially everything you need to know if you want to get into game development. All of these aspects about game development have been covered on my channel in small little bits, some little audio there, some 3D stuff here, but as I said, it's all over the place. With this course, I'm basically going to be able to do a miniature version of all those tricks, all those tips, all those insightful pieces of information you would really only learn if you got into this yourself and you'd spend as much time doing this as I did. So basically, it's a premium course for game development. Now, what's the basic plan behind it? What I want to do is not only do this as a desktop game, but also as a VR game. So the script for this game has already been written. I have a voice actor coming in this upcoming Tuesday in order to record the voice lines. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put up a camera, and the actual recording session is going to be captured on video. I'm going to record the tutorial on how to process the vocals. I'm going to record the tutorial how to properly set this up, export, recording tips, everything you need to know to basically be a one-man studio. So a lot of the stuff you'd have to still look around the internet in little bits and pieces. In this package, I will put it all together. And since the voice actor's coming in, I'm going to take that as an opportunity to cover that one slice of the production as a part of this package. We will start with the description of the script for the game. We're going to start doing concept art, the preparation of art, 3D modeling, baking of 3D maps, texture maps. We're going to do texturing, and then we're going to start doing programming. We're going to cover music, audio, voice, preparation of all those files. And we're going to cover programming of the actual game in both desktop and VR. And we're going to cover polish and putting all of the assets that we've created together into one single package. Finally, ending up with the one prepared game that we can put up on Steam. So what is required? What do I require from this? I need an initial investment in order to buy the VR kit. You've seen me run this particular campaign once before when I was trying to restart development with Wayhome, but I've basically stepped on the same rake of thinking way too big, way too ambiguous in terms of animations, and the game once again turned out to be something more than I can handle on my own. This is the Wayhome is basically a project that I would only be able to handle if I had some sort of animation background or if I had some sort of help, be it hired help locally or if I had outsourced the animations to a talent somewhere else. With this particular project, I have thought through the gameplay while keeping in mind that I am the only person who can actually work on this project, being the creation of it. So animations, texturing, and level design. The game is very small. It takes place, it's a very localized story within a small environment. There's about 6 rooms that need to be designed, but they all have to be designed in as pieces of concept art and 3D modeled, and they all have to be textured. So there's enough to work to go around, but it's not too big that I can't handle it myself. Same thing that goes for animations. The animations are very simple, most of them mechanical animations, so we're going to cover those. And essentially, I need to raise capital in order to at least only afford the VR development kit, which right now goes for about $850 on Newegg. this is the only investment that I need. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be offering the game tutorial, all the tutorial contents, all the live streams, by the way, which are private live streams only for those who have put into the initial capital. These live streams will be available only for people who have basically essentially pre-ordered the course. Live streams, as well as the edited version of all the courses organized in a one single package, including the game script files, the game projects, all the live stream files for all of the live streams that have happened during the development of the game, as well as the edited videos from the live streams where essentially during live streams there's obviously going to be mistakes and issues and new things that I'm going to be discovering. However, the finished video, as I do with most of my tutorials on the channel, essentially the finished video is going to be me going through every single line of code in the project in order to explain everything how it goes. And I know that this code is working because this is the code of a finished product. So this will help people who are already familiar with the engine and people who are just getting started with game development. It kind of addresses both sides. The engine we're going to be using is the App Game Kit engine because the engine is very simple. It's a one-time payment. The engine is already optimized for 3D game development, as in it handles stuff like not rendering stuff that's behind you, so that you're not using too many resources. It supports the basic, like built-in basic shader, like normal, specular, and normal, diffuse, specular maps. Yeah, and it offers kind of like a ready-to-go packaging to get into 3D game development inexpensively, and it does it better than GameMaker Studio. So that is the engine that I'm going to be using, because I'm also going to be using this in C++ mode, like you've seen me use the Dream Temple project. I wrote that project in C++. So that will basically also teach you how to program a game like that in C++ without really without having any sort of starting knowledge about C++. It's very simple. So this is basically my offer. I'm going to put up a PayPal purchase button link on a web page for this project. I'm going to put all the description, all the information for that particular course on a web page, and you will be able to purchase the pre-order of that course. Now, what happens when you purchase? I get your email address, and I am able to essentially I'm able to send you links to the private live streams once those start up. Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to do this as a VR game? Well, I want to do this as a both VR and a desktop project. First of all, there's already VR games in my list that I actually want to create. This will allow me to acquire the hardware. And while I discover how the engine's VR functions work, I can also document it, and you will benefit from that as well. Any discoveries I make, you'll be able to benefit from those as well. And considering that most of the games that I want to make in VR are also desktop games, this will be a perfect opportunity for me to create a course based on how to make a VR and desktop game compatible. So it's basically a single file, just and you'll be able to switch between playing in VR and desktop. So basically you get two courses, VR course and desktop course, essentially in a one same package. Considering when you play a VR game, you have to handle things like interface a little bit differently and collisions and all that stuff, right? So this is my idea. Let me know what you think about it. I'm going to make another video on this, discussing the actual course in detail with the with proper annotations and proper presentation, and I'll see what you guys have to say about it. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.